But honestly, this man here has been so supportive of my dreams. He's been incredibly amazing.
Stop it.
No. Anyways, yeah, you want to add to that?
Nothing. Continue. It's one question that I spent 2 hours.
Anyway, if we don't spend 2 hours, it won't be me. Anyways, Favor said, why wouldn't you want to marry a younger man? Is it a sin to get married to a man who is younger than you? I should go and divorce my husband, go and look for a younger man. I became my sister, God be with you. I don't know why you're angry on my behalf. Did I tell you I'm unhappy in my marriage?
I don't think she means it that way.
Okay, what do you think she means?
I think, just like the way people have natural preference, that when some people will say I can't not just deal with people that are older.
Yeah.
So it probably be that she's the type that she's just wondering that how will anybody like a older man? Do you understand? So, but what we are predisposed to by virtue of personality traits, birth order, gene, and all those ones is different. So it's just a question of choice.
May the Lord go and marry a younger man. May God give you whether younger, whether older. I've had people come to my DM. There was one on my DM currently. The guy is 20 years older than. What do you think? She actually asked me, please, can you tell me the age difference between you and your husband? Please, I really need it. I said, why? He said, there's a guy coming to her, he's 20 years older, I said, so if I not tell you my husband is 20 years older, then you gotta marry him. Like, you don't need to know the age difference between us to make your decision. Because at the end of the day, whether he's older, whether he's younger, the idea is marry a kind person, marry a godly man, marry a man that loves you, a man that respects you, a man that will do anything for you, and of course a man that is yielded to God. That's the most important thing. So whether older or younger, please don't can say because I cannot marry older man, I cannot marry younger man, you now go and marry somebody that's I'm a younger man. Anyways, Karen said, my name is Karen Shihuli from Nakuru, Kenya, and I am a great fan of yours. Can I be your friend? Hi Karen, thank you so much for watching. Blessing says, I have a sister that wants to come to the UK, London precisely, but needs help on how to go about it. There are resources online that you can help. We are not agents. We cannot advise you on your relocation. We can only share our experiences, but we cannot advise you on that. So yeah, go and research. So Blessing said, are you done with your master? I have heard this. It's like I have so many people have been asking me this one question.
It's just a natural
every time. No, I'm not upset or anything.
No. Okay.
Like, I'm just saying that I've had this question asked repeatedly, and I know I mentioned it in the very first video that I recorded on this relocation thing. I said it there that I did not finish my master's program in the US. I left after my program is supposed to be for 2 years. I've done 1 year. The second year was supposed to be for my thesis and all of that. I did not finish. I came here to start over. Yes.
Calm down.
Yeah?
Calm down.
I'm not upset now.
No, I know, but you're a bit pontificating.
No, I just want to make it clear.
I came here.
I just want to make it clear.
This is the thing. Most people may not have seen.
I know they're curious, yeah.
So they just know now, and sometimes people are lazy or there are too many things to do that they don't have time to go and look for initial videos.
Yeah.
So they rather ask another question.
Okay. So no, I did not finish my master's. I came here and to start over because I actually love the course I'm doing here. The one I was doing that I was studying rather in the US, although it was in line with my career, or so I thought. When I got there, I realized that it's not necessarily. So I was studying communication and advocacy, right? And you guys know I'm a communication strategist. That's what I studied in undergrad. That's what I do. But getting into the course, I realized that it was stronger on the advocacy side and just a little bit of communication added to it. And that did not work for me, right? I would have finished. There were other reasons, of course. But when I saw this particular course I'm studying here, it made a lot of sense to me, and this is what I want to get my degree on. So no, I didn't finish, and I'm here to start my master's program again. Thank you for asking. All right, so Obina said, over the years of marriage, what have you guys been most grateful for? What have you learned the most, and what were shockers in marriage? What were the conversations you guys had whilst courting? So let's start with the first one. The second one, what were the conversations you had before courting? I have a video on that. The two of us actually shot that video. Questions we asked. We shot that video. So many testimonies from that video. So go and watch that video. I'll leave it linked up here or in the description box below. It's called Questions We Asked Whilst Dating. Yeah, it's somewhere in its old videos, right? So the first question is, what have you guys been most grateful for over the years of marriage? What have we been most grateful for? I
Ladies
should go.
first.
Okay,
so I can cut you off before you waste.
Okay, what have I been most grateful for in this year? I think, to be honest, I am most grateful for my husband. And I'm not saying this because he's here. I'm not saying this to score cheap points, even though if he comes, I don't mind. But honestly, this man here has been so supportive of my dreams. He's been incredibly amazing.
Stop it.
No. And I'm not even joking. You guys know already. Since our dating years, he's always like, go get it. He's always been my biggest cheerleader, the first person to like encourage me. And to, like I said, the whole so far year of marriage has been a lot has happened. And it really helps. Sometimes marrying a kind person, marrying a person that loves you is so underrated. You would face things in marriage that it's you you need a kind partner. And to be honest, I know he's awkward. He's trying to tell me to round up. But to be honest, what I am most grateful for is my husband, is just having an incredible support. A person that will be like, you know what? I'll wait for you. I'll be here. And I will keep loving you, right? In spite of everything. And I will support you. I will cover you. I will protect you. And that's what I have enjoyed. I think that is what has, apart from the God angle, that has been what has really, really, helped us in this marriage, right? And that's what I'm most grateful for. So what are you grateful for? And don't say me.
Okay, what is the answer? Is you lie or lie? I think my answer is the same with yours, just maybe a bit of variation. What I'll say is that what I'm most grateful for is having your person in your corner. There is I think how do I put it now? I think I've said it before, so let me reiterate on it. There is this famous sitcom, Big Bang Theory, and one of my favorite characters there, Sheldon, will say that somebody is 0000, which means that if the world were reset, like a timer, and everything goes into 000, that who is one person you can count on, and that'll be that 000 is my wife. So I think what I'm most grateful for is that she's my person, in the sense that she has my back, she's my support system, she's everything I want or I need and more. I think we're still saying something yesterday, and I was telling her that when people talk about compatibility in marriage, they think about it in different ways, but in reality, it's more like jigsaw puzzle. It's more like two fingers interlocking, even though sorry, I don't know anything about these canteens. It's more like two fingers interlocking. So it would have been perfect if you have two fingers merged together, welded together, such that there are no, these things. But in reality, marriage is more like two fingers interlocking and creating the beauties. Like, that's why I use jigsaw puzzle. So
say it the way you said it yesterday.
How did I say it?
So people,
okay.
Yeah.
So when people think about marriage, they think about 5 and 5. Beautiful, you get 5 and 5, or 50-50. It makes 100. But sometimes, what you need is someone who, when you are 70, they can be 30, or when you are 25, they can supply the 75. and it will range in different things. There'll be areas where you probably have more strength, but there's one area where you have significant, profound weakness, and you just need somebody to, cover those differences for you, and to create this. So I would say that what has kept us, and what I'm most grateful for, is the fact that at different time, what I need or who I need my wife to be, she is for me. So she's my person.
And it's my person too. And don't tell me to find my line.
I won't say so.
Okay, all right. So the next question is, what have you learned the most in the 3 years of marriage? What have I learned the most?
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's his second question. What have you learned the most?
And what were the most shockers? We've been doing these videos since. So no, I mean, even answering questions like this periodically. So I think what you learn part time, if I'll jump into it so that I'd not give you a chance to, I'd say that it's the fact that at different points in time there are different things to learn. I think a friend of mine once a while back, I can't remember who she was now, but she said the most important thing for her in a partner is someone who is teachable. Now, so then I thought I understood what it means, but now I have a bit of a better perspective into what it means for someone to be teachable. It's the ability for us to learn from ourselves. So, yes, sometimes we learn from circumstance, people's history, whatever, but learning by yourself, like after the first 6 months of your marriage, there's supposed to be introspection. Even as the family does their introspection, as an individual you do introspection. Okay, no, this thing I'm supposed to do again. Okay, this thing I'm supposed to get better at that, and this one at that one, and then putting in the effort periodically. So what we have learned part time varies, and I don't think we have time to go into that.
I think the biggest lesson that I have learned is
you see.
It's a damn question.
You see?
But I have it in my mind, but it's not one, right? But I would say that the word of God is complete. And I know, I don't, as all of you look at me, you think I'm too spiritual, but no. You see, when the Bible tells us that, wife, honor your husband, love your wife, God knows what he's doing. If you do marriage the way God asks you to do it, at least that's one thing I've learned. Because the days that I have not necessarily honored him, I've seen the repercussions in a marriage. The days that, he did not love me as he should, we've seen repercussions in the marriage, right? So it's always going back to the basics. And the basics is in Ephesians, the book of Ephesians. Husband, love your wife. Wife, respect or submit to your husband. Honor. Yeah, I'm not a person that I had to learn what it means to submit. One of the reasons I married a man that is older is because I know myself. You will have to do a lot to collect respect from me. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm one of the most respectful people that you'd see. But I just know that the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, right, you have to be able to earn my respect. But you see, the Bible did not say respect if he has earned it. The Bible says in all, submit, respect, and all of that. And I think that has been one of my greatest lessons, and I'm still learning it, right? How to be submissive even when we don't agree, how to honor him even when we are having disagreements, how to honor him even when we are fighting, how to honor him even when what he's saying does not make any sense to me, and just doing it God's way. It has that. See, I'm telling you, that's it. If you can stick to that basics and not be all feminist and misogynistic about it, because again, don't take the law for granted and don't take our honor for granted, right? So yeah, but I just think if you go back to that basic, as simple as it sounds, it's not the easiest to actually implement, but that would really save your marriage. So I would say that's something that I've learned because it didn't come natural to me.
Okay, I think I will echo what you've said.
Don't echo it.
realized
Your own. Sorry.
that the most of the significant lessons that I've learned is you will not get the best of a marriage, or you'll not get the best of any marriage doing it on your own terms. When I say doing it on your own terms is that you want things to happen in a certain way, you want to do things in a certain way, you want things done to or with you in a certain way. It will most likely never happen, or at least not all the time. So ability to be flexible, to know that this one I should let go, this one I should do this, that grace. And I say grace because it's so fluid that you don't what works for you today. So say for instance you had a tough day, and that day your partner just say, hey babe, pele, and you're fine, and then another day will come, that pele will upset you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the grace to know how to be fluid, to be flexible, is one of the most significant lessons. So, and I'm still learning it.
Yeah, we're all still work in progress, right? We're all still learning, and we are still growing, and all of that.
But that's in addition to what she said.
No, you sabi. But I think, and just to add this to it, like another lesson that I've learned is that, you know, patience is, you will learn patience in marriage. You're gonna learn.
Maybe that's the shocker that you have learned.
Yeah, so he says, what's the shocker? Yeah, so that's the third question. I would say, you know, patience, you know, is something you learn. If you don't learn patience before marriage, you will struggle in marriage, because it's not just patience with each other, which you will really need, because there are times that your partner will be incredibly annoying, and you will really need patience for you not to lash out, or for you not to do what you're not supposed to do. So that's one. But there's also times that circumstances beyond your control will come in, and really you will pray and God will not answer. God will say wait, and in that waiting, he's doing so much in you. So whether you like it or not, there will be a season of waiting, a season of either waiting on somebody or your partner to be better, or waiting on God, or the two of you waiting together for something and stuff like that. And you know, in those seasons, you will need divine patience, right? And you will also need like commitment to each other. So I think the shocker is patient. Well, I learned patience by force and by fire. I told him that I used to think that I was one of the most patient people in the world until I got married. I didn't get chill. But fish. Let me start. 30 minutes. So what has been shocker for you?
It's not shocker, but for this purpose, we may call it shocker. Okay, you're recording already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I said that in addition to what she said, it's not patience. I'll say long suffering. Somebody defined it as that when Bible is talking and is listing fruit of the Spirit, he listed patience, so he now still listed some long suffering. Now, long suffering is not literal. It's not English of long suffering. No, it just means that say my wife does something wrong or offended me, and she says sorry, and she promises, oh, I'm not ever gonna do that again. Long suffering is knowing that I'll forgive her now, and she will do it again, and I'll forgive her, and she will do it, and I'll forgive her, and it goes both ways. So that realizing that life, it's not movie, it's not like a cinema where something happens and it's dealt with, you know, like it happens in movies or books or whatever you call them, conflict resolution of conflict, denouement or catharsis, yes, anticlimax in literary expression. What?
And then you don't start
catharsis, yeah. So you know it happens like that this person is doing this one, the other person is doing that one, they now deal with it, and life goes on,
and they live happily ever after.
Ironic. So the point is, understanding that we will rub each other wrong, and then we'll live through it, and we'll get better for it, and it might happen again and again, and then it does not have to go into the crux of the relationship. It's just about that thing. So I think that's that thing that I had to learn.
I think one thing I got from yours is there is no happily ever after in marriage.
Not in.
It doesn't mean there are not happy moments.
Not in the movie kind of
way. So that's what I'm saying.
There's no perfection to be had. Like, you just have it. Just like twist and turn in life. Yeah. It's the same way. There will be twist and turns.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one. Okay. Can you tell me why relocation from the USA to the UK? That's a separate video on its own. It's not going to be in this video.
I thought you'd done something about it.
No. Anyway, so this one is asking a personal question. When your husband works a lot and is very busy, how does he expect to be supported or seen by you? As a girlfriend he wants to marry, and as a wife he is today. Husband. Because this is you now. You work a lot. You didn't get time for me anymore. How do you want to be supported? Or how do you think a man will want to be supported as a wife or a girlfriend?
I think this is a brilliant question. And I say that because she wants to know how to be good for the man. Abi, how do you put it? Or seen by the man. When a man is this way, like Pastor Kingsley will say, one of the most things that motivates a man is how well his job is going. So even when he's busy, is getting a lot of personal fulfillment and satisfaction from the work. Now, so what a man needs the most is peace. What peace means to each man varies depending on the person's individual preference and all that. But what it, loosely speaking, it just means that make less trouble for him. Let him not fight war in the office or wherever he is. When I say war, loosely speaking, but let him not go and struggle and still come back home and still come and struggle with you. So sometimes you would have to overlook certain things. Sometimes you would have to bend over backwards in order to accommodate certain things. It all depends on the individual. But the point is, what he needs the most is peace. At that point in time, it may not be just less strife. Let me just put it that way: less strife, less disagreement, less all those kind of a thing. Just that's one of the most important things to that person. Of course, there will be things you would need for you to function that way to optimally. So it's important that periodically you talk about things and say, maybe my emotional bank is empty, or I feel neglected or one thing, so that I can adjust. With that small adjustment will help you be the right person for him to. So that's all that one. But we cannot afford to. If not, the default response is that he will stick to that job. It doesn't mean he's not in a relationship, he doesn't love you or one thing, but he will find too much peace in that job than you, and he should find more peace with you than any job.
Okay. All right. I think that's super. I would say from my own, because like I said, my husband has been quite busy this time. It's more than he was ish in Nigeria, right? And I think one way that I try to be there, or what I do that I believe works for us, is constantly affirming him. Sometimes we'll be at work and I'll let him know, I really appreciate what you're doing. I know it couldn't be easy. Thank you for making the sacrifice for our family. Thank you for for all of this. Just let him know that I see you. Because I think one thing that men struggle with, what they don't vocalize a lot, is they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel that, and nobody wants to not feel appreciated. Everyone wants to feel like what I'm doing matters, right? So even if it's, you know, randomly sending him a message at work like, hey, how is it going? I hope you're fine. I just wanted to tell you that, you know, I love you. I appreciate what you're doing. I see, you know, I'm there for you. And this, regardless if it's your boyfriend or your husband, I can speak for married because, you know, that's what I am. And also for relationship too. So everything we're saying works both ways, right? So even when I have things, and I know there was one day, you know, that my husband came back from work and he was really tired, and there was something I really wanted to talk to him about, and I knew that thing was going to cause conflict, well, ish. And you know, I wrote it that evening and I felt bad. It didn't end up, I didn't get what I wanted because he was not in the mood, and he also, you know, it just scattered the whole thing because I didn't get what I wanted, he didn't get what he wanted, and you know, it just really, you know, but thankfully we were able to get over it. We were able to get over it, right? So basically the affirmation, and then don't underestimate, you know, we always say that when a man touch a woman, they shouldn't always be when you want to have sex, and I think it's the same. I think we always talk about men touching women, men being affectionate to women, but we don't talk about women doing the same. So there'll be times my husband will come back, you know, I always make it a point, you know, when I am able, but most times the moment he opens the door, I hear him, I know he's here, I come out, I give him a hug, you know, I make him laugh, you know. Sometimes I say, Femisile, I'm tired, I will still, you know, just hug him, just hug me, because hug is scientifically proven to reduce stress, right? So I just give him a hug. Sometimes I remember, you know, I think I came to the parlor and I realized he has gone to pee, and I went to the toilet, and whilst he was peeing, I hugged him from behind. You know, and it makes him laugh, you know, just that first kind of takes away the stress, right? And then, you know, ask him about his day. How was your day today? You know, and of course, don't stress him. If he doesn't want to talk, see it as, okay, he doesn't want to talk now. Don't get upset, right? Notice the mood.
Yeah.
If, you know, there are times my husband will come back and he wants to tell me everything that happened throughout the day. And there are times he will come back that he will not want to tell me. And I will leave him because I know he's tired. When we are having because we eat together, when we are eating, I'll say, so you will not gist me what happened yesterday, right? Because he has to gist me every day what happened at work, right? So, you know, just honestly, that's what helps. At least that's what I have been doing that helps us, right?